You know, sometimes I'm sitting here reading comments and I'm blown away by some of the stuff that you guys come up with. So I posted a video today, should Activision take a break from Black Ops after this? Point of that video was Black Ops needs a break. I think Call of Duty should just give it a break. But somebody commented here by the name of Forged Sledge, and he basically has a breakdown of what he thinks the plot of Black Ops 7 is going to be. And is this like accurate? Is this leaked? Or is this something that he came up with? I'm going to go out and assume that Forge Sledge just came up with this on a whim and he decided to write it down here in the comments. But I thought it was interesting enough to bring it to you guys as a, could this be the plot of Black Ops 7? Or if this was the plot of Black Ops 7, do you like it? Does it make sense or something like that? Obviously, I will go on and say we don't know the actual plot of the game because we haven't received anything truly from Activision, from Black Ops 7s that would say, okay, this is how it is. We just have a teaser trailer and another teaser about Menendez. That's it. But Forge Sledge here goes on to say, the plot of Black Ops 7 is that Menendez is dead. His followers are implementing his final plan. The guild needs David Mason's help due to his connection with Menendez. So here in that very first part, we get to see kind of what's going on, where the world is. Did Menendez really die, or is Menendez alive? No, clearly Menendez is dead. And now the plan that he left is being executed by his followers. And the guild reaches out to David Mason and brings him out of retirement because of his connection with Menendez. That's basically what we're getting there. He goes on to say, the guild creates a virtual reality program and extracted memories from Menendez, but it's only pieces. David Mason is going to be sent into the memories to uncover Menendez's plan. So if we look at what he's saying here, basically he's saying that the guild are actually the good guys, at least from this part, right? The guild are the good guys. They reach out to David Mason. They tell him, hey, we need help. Some stuff is going on. The only way that we can stop Menendez and his followers and his deathbed plan is by going into his mind. We created this virtual reality. We need you to go in there because you're the only one that can decipher what's actually going on. David Mason goes in, and this would actually be a good representation of what we see going on in the teaser trailer that we got. David Mason goes into the guild. They show him what they do. They show them who they are. He meets the head, the CEO of the guild, Emma Kagan, and then the virtual reality that they created of Menendez and his memories that only David Mason can access is right there to his right. So David Mason goes over there, and that's why we see Emma Kagan turn to look at David Mason, because she knows that he's about to go into the memories, go into his mind so he can kind of break it down. That actually makes a lot of sense to me personally. Like if we're trying to break this down and look at it from that perspective, it's actually a really good perspective. And so when David Mason goes inside, we start seeing all these different things, and those are the memories of the stuff that Menendez did. And now David Mason is going through all that shit, trying to figure out what it means, how to stop it, where's the secret message, and stuff like that. So all of that actually sounds pretty crazy and kind of cool. He goes on to say now, the room with the monitors seen in the teaser, the one that we just got with Menendez, is a virtual construct. He says it's like a safe room, complete with a virtual recreation of Menendez that David Mason can interact with and ask questions. So now that part is also very, very, very interesting. And it gives more of a purpose as to what we have seen so far. So now imagine that David Mason goes into the virtual reality. He's sitting there, and now he's like in a hub, in a safe room, like Forge Sledge here says. And we get to see Menendez. That's why Menendez is talking. That's why Menendez has new lines. That's why Menendez is there. That's why maybe he looks a little bit older, because they recreated him to look 10 years older since the last time that David Mason saw him. And maybe the asking of the questions and interacting with Menendez is a way to kind of pull things from him so we can kind of figure out what the hell is going on and what the plan is. And he ends his comment here by saying, but the guild are the bad guys. It is a misdirect. So he's basically saying that the guild does all this to get David Mason to come in, you know, show him what the plan was and have him kind of infiltrate Menendez's virtual mind and try to get him to pull whatever out from that. But it's actually all just a big misdirect. The guild are the actual bad guys. Maybe they got Mason to do that to trap him in the virtual reality for some reason. Maybe make him look like the bad guy. Maybe make him fear it so much to kill him. Maybe something crazy like that, right? That's why they wanted David Mason in there. Maybe they wanted him for specific purpose, and this was the only way that they could get him to come, get him to try out this virtual reality thing, and maybe get him trapped there, kill him there, or something crazy like that. And I thought this comment was just really interesting. Honestly, it could mean absolutely nothing. He could be completely wrong, or he could be like right on the money. And it just sounded so good that I had to share it with you guys, because I was reading this and I was like, this is actually really good. Now, if we look at the webpage for Black Ops 7, it says here, embrace the madness. The year is 2035. The world's on the brink of chaos, ravaged by violent conflict and psychological warfare. The Black Ops team, led by David Mason, must fight back against a manipulative enemy who weaponizes fear above all else. So what are we seeing the guild do and McKagan do right now? Clearly, maybe they're weaponizing the fear that David Mason had about feeling guilty or about some sort of connection with Menendez. And the comment that Forged Ledge left about the plot is so damn good, and you can really connect what Black Ops 7 is saying in their webpage to this comment and kind of break it down. I thought this was a really interesting breakdown of what the plot could be for Black Ops 7. Do you guys like this? Do you guys agree with this? Or do you think maybe Black Ops 7 is going to go a different direction?